Broncos country, what is going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day despite the Broncos laying an egg yesterday to the Baltimore Ravens. But we're moving on to Kansas City. Okay, time to bounce back, time to get with it. In today's video, I'm going to highlight 5 up and coming podcasts covering the Denver Broncos or YouTube shows that are just on the rise. That as a diehard member of Broncos country, I believe you guys need to be subscribed to, not only because of the great content that they put out, but also so you can follow along and ride the wave of their ascent. I really would love for you guys to join me. I'm subscribed to all 5 of these podcasts. I'm going to give you this in no particular order, except maybe I'll share my favorite of the favorites at the end. We'll see. But of course, y'all please like the show, comment below. Am I forgetting anybody? Or maybe you guys can highlight some shows to me that I'm not familiar with. That would be really cool. And of course, subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers here with David Talks Broncos. But let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? So this first one, really excited about Tyler Palumbo, great Colorado Buffalo, great Denver Broncos, Super Bowl champion. He's involved in the media, co-host with D-Mac, who I had on my Buff show last fall when he was between work. So this is really cool to see. Now Tyler Palumbo is doing his thing on YouTube as well, called Mount Palumbo Speaks. I really recommend this channel. And I wanted to say, these are all channels with about, they're less than 3,000 subs. So they're smaller channels. Some of them less than 100. So yes, please be sure to support them as they continue to grow. But what I love about Tyler Palumbo is that provides great insight from a player's perspective. He's been in media for a while now, so he's a really good communicator. And what's really cool is that he'll do film reviews or film rooms for like an hour or 2 hours at a time, sometimes bringing on Coach Mike Sanford as well, who was the interim coach for CU after Carl Durrell was let go. He's now doing Denver sports media as well with D-Mac and Tyler. So it's really cool to see. I really love what he has going on his channel, and I highly recommend that you subscribe to Tyler. Now, let's continue to move on, shall we? This is a channel that I just have discovered recently, and it's Broncos Hub. He is your favorite Kansas City-based Broncos fan, and he does really great videos. So what I like about his videos is usually his videos run around like 10 minutes, sometimes I guess more so between 5 and 15 minutes, but they're really well shot. The production quality on his channel is really, really great. And he takes time to edit, because he's not doing like a ton of live streams. Yeah, like every now and then we'll do one, but he mainly does the videos. I've only watched his short form videos, but he cuts them up really, really nice. The transitions are well. So not only is it something that is very listenable, but the production value, the video value is really great if you're watching through it as well. Really, really recommend Broncos Hub. Again, just surpassed 2.5 thousand subscribers, and he does a really great job. Very succinct, really good at what he does. So please go subscribe to Broncos Hub. Now, let's go ahead and get into a guest that you've seen on the show quite a bit, and that has been my friend Mark over at Marky Sports. Mark is incredibly knowledgeable. I love his takes on the Broncos. That's probably why I've had him and Jeremy on my show quite a bit. And what I love about Mark is that it is just straight up. He's going to give you his opinion. Like, it feels like you're talking to somebody at the barbershop or the coffee shop or the sports bar about the Broncos. And that's what Mark does. He has really great takes. He usually puts out a few videos every week, which is really great. And I did want to say this too. What I love about the YouTube world is that, there are channels that are small and large that are really worth subscribing to. Mark is on his way to 500. I would love to see him reach it before the end of the season. So that way we can start sending him some super chats. I think that would be really great. But when you watch his videos, not only on the Broncos, he'll talk more Avs and Nuggets throughout the basketball and hockey season as well, is that his points are very well thought out, very well laid out, communicates very, very well. And like overall, I just find him to be incredibly bright, intelligent, and thinks about things that I don't think about sometimes. And I really do value what he has to say about all of these teams, but primarily the Broncos. This is a Broncos channel with some Avs and Nuggets sprinkled in there. So if you need a little bit of Avs and Nuggets, he's also your guy for that. I'm going to shout out a new guy on the scene, Kodiak Broncos podcast. Now, you might have seen Kodiak maybe in the off season. He also has a general NFL channel called Kodiak NFL. But I'm really glad that he started a Broncos centric podcast, because that way you can just find all of his Broncos videos here. New, but as you can see, I mean, he's been putting out a lot of content, especially as of recently, and I think he's definitely worth your sub. He did a really great film review leading up to this game against the Baltimore Ravens, which I thought was really great. And I don't always like agree with all of the people that I put on here. You know, like we have some different takes. What I really like about Kodiak is that he's very convicted, you know, with his takes, his beliefs. And again, I think that he's pretty grounded as well. And just like, it's not coming off of like, oh, he's just emotional about this or that, or doesn't it? Like, he always has data or reasons to back up his takes, his feelings on certain topics with the Broncos. And I really do enjoy listening to what he has to say about the Broncos. And Broncos fan, he mentioned in his last video that he was at that Raheem Moore Denver Broncos Baltimore Ravens playoff game. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But new guy on the rise, Kodiak Broncos podcasts. Definitely go subscribe to him. Definitely worth it. Only at 47, so let's get him to 100 here soon, right? And lastly, I'm gonna shout out another channel that I collaborate with quite a bit, and they're wonderful. They're good energy. Let's Talk Broncos. Right around 2.5 thousand subscribers. They are up and coming. They also have a website, letstalkbroncos.com. It's guys, their written content's really, really good. They've offered me to write, but I have yet to do it. I need to follow up on that. But they are great. They have a lot of sound minds on this channel, and people with differing opinions. And I think that's what's really exciting about Let's Talk Broncos, is that they have, like, you know, Robbie and is it Carter? Is it Robbie and Carter that go live on Fridays? I'm trying to remember. But Altitude Adjustment with Mario, I mean, that is so good. Of course, Zach Seegers and you know, all my other friends on the channel, that they're wonderful. And so you'll get, what I like about them is that they go live, you know, like on a consistent basis. Every single evening, there's pretty much a different show. But yes, Joey, I've collaborated with a ton. Zach Seegers, Bree Maestis, again, Mario, Coach Pat, all these guys are really great. And so under one channel, you're able to get various opinions and takes on the Denver Broncos and what needs to happen, which I think is really cool. And again, I do really just want to highlight Altitude Adjustment. It's if you like Brandon Perna, I think you'll really like Altitude Adjustment, because these guys, they're hilarious. They have a lot of fun with it, and also very, very insightful too, though. So it's like the best of both worlds. Yeah, Frankie's film is usually on Fridays, so that's always great. And they do have a Let's Talk Buffs channel as well, run by Joey and Carter. So guys, those are my few channels, my 5 channels for Broncos country that I suggest that you subscribe to. Like, all these guys, whoa, forgot to change my background. These guys, man, they're really working hard. They're putting in the effort. They're putting out multiple clips a day. Again, guys, Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. I'll leave the links to all the channels in the description as well as comments. Again, let me know if there's anybody else that you want to shout out that Broncos country needs to be listening to. Let me know. But really love the community that's developing on here. For talking everything Broncos, and that's what makes this thing a lot of fun, is having other people to listen to and to talk to, and together I think we can all enjoy what's going on with our Denver Broncos. Thanks so much. As always, go Broncos.